Carlos, did you know if the Earth is flat, that this could be a huge clue into what's actually going on in this reality and how we've been controlled and how we might be a huge slave colony? Yeah. Nah, you don't care. What do you care about? We want to go for a walk. Yeah. All right, Letta, sits. Rango, sits. 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 Hey. No, you don't understand sits very well, Rango. You get too excited. Bruce, sits. Yeah, Bruce, you're good. Lucy, don't ignore me. Don't ignore me, Lucy. It's okay. We got big things to talk about today. It's more important than just being obedient. You're anarchist dogs anyway. Who cares? Vamos! All right, part 2 of Flat Earth or Globe Earth. What is it? So, a lot of comments. I didn't read most of them, by the way. Man, I'm doing so many things. If you even just see half the things I'm doing, you don't even see half the things I'm doing. Trying to spread freedom, which is my number one sort of goal. Although that might change in the future to being more promoting waking up in general to what's going on Earth, which kind of ties into why I'm really interested in this flat Earth thing. Because here's the thing, I'm a little bit biased. I have to admit that. Part of the reason I'm super excited about the potential of the Earth actually being flat is, if that's true, then all my thoughts about what's going on in this reality are totally pretty much proven to be correct. Because a lot of my thoughts are related to we live, everything's a complete lie. So the ultimate lie, pretty much, well, not the ultimate, the second to the most ultimate lie it would be flat Earth. It'd be like by far the biggest conspiracy around, right? So I have to admit I'm a bit biased. So when I first heard of, I was just like everyone, almost every flat earther, just so people know. And again, globalists, globe lovers or whatever you want to call yourselves. You guys call yourselves just sane, rational people. No, you're brainwashed. But I'm not saying it's flat or not, but I don't know. I haven't seen proof yet, and I'll get into no one gave me any proof. No one gave me any proof after my video yesterday. But I kind of forgot the track I was on. Man, I got so many ideas going through my head. And that's all my diet and all that's really helping, and my exercise. Not drinking, of course, not smoking, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I'm doing so many things, so I can't read. I used to read almost all the comments, and then I went through a period of not reading any comments because I couldn't handle, because there's so many trolls and they'll really attack you. But in the last few years, and I think that was part of this process I had to go through actually, I learned to not care what anyone thinks about me, to just be true to myself. Jetty, no, let it know. Let it, Ben. Let it, Ben. Jetty. David! Yeah, that's my boy. Here he comes, so tiny. I personally think that the problems I've had in the last few years, I had to deal with, and I drank too much and became suicidal. A lot of it was because I couldn't handle not only failure, which, it stemmed from, a lot of it stemmed from the problems I had when I got defrauded, and dozens of other people got defrauded in Chile with the real estate thing I was trying to do. It ended up bankrupting me. So I had a failure, I ended up bankrupt. I had tons of people accusing me of doing it deliberately. And tons of people, of course, on the internet writing stuff about me that was not fun to read. And I had to go through a period, which I think this is all part of this process I had to go through to get to a point where I'm like, I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. What I care about is what I believe to be true. I care about the people I care about. And so you can call me any name in the book now. I don't care. It does not bother me. Which is great. So that's been another process of this awakening or this transformation I've been going through. That's another level of freedom. Because I used to not care too much what people thought I thought. But I did. Now I don't. And that's where all these videos are coming from. I'm totally expressing myself now because I have no fear of what people think. And that actually, I think, I've been looking into, see, this whole thing ties into my, what's really going on in life, reality. And I've been reading and looking at some stuff just recently, last night, saying that humans were actually raised as a slave colony for like, well, this was actually it's in the Bible and stuff, for sort of this like other race, this Nephilim or something. It's all in the Bible. I haven't looked into it completely, but there's theories, and this goes to the Matrix as well, which I've said for a while. That seems like a really good interpretation of what life really is what's in the Matrix. And they're basically saying in the Matrix, people are like, oh man, well, just watch the Matrix. I don't want to explain the whole movie. Man, there's so much to talk about. I haven't gotten to Flat Earth yet. But my point, I guess, is that the main reason that I've been very interested, people who know me know that I've gone through like months and months and months of just researching everything I can on this Flat Earth stuff. So I do have a little bit of a bias. If I'm wrong, I'll be a bit sad because I'll be like, oh crap, I thought I had found the key to figuring out what's going on. But I haven't been proven wrong yet, not even close, so let's not even go there yet. So I posted the thing yesterday, and what did I say in the video? What did I say? I said, these people who think it's Flat Earth, they just immediately go, oh, that's just BS. Because I went to school, I went to government indoctrination camps, and I believe in science. People like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye, the science guy, these guys, now they are smart and they know what's going on. They told me, actually, Neil deGrasse Tyson says the Earth is a pear-shaped. No one seemed to notice that. No one questioned it. That's how brainwashed almost everyone is. And especially people who just, without even looking into it, just go Flat Earth's crazy. Those people are incredibly brainwashed. They have no idea how brainwashed they are. That's why it's so hard to talk to them. And a lot of them are like my friends and stuff, so it's really hard. But I just, I'm like, oh, they haven't woken up yet, it's fine. So that's another sort of a step I've taken personally. Is I used to get really wrapped up, like, what if you don't know the truth, how can I be friends with you? Or how can, oh, I can't even sleep at night because I have to make sure that or, now I'm like, they'll get it eventually. Or maybe I'm wrong too, right? Like, I'm totally open to that. That's the thing, like someone said, how sure are you about this Flat Earth? And I said, I think I say I'm about 99% that the moon landing was a hoax. You can't really be 100% sure of almost anything really in this reality because it's not really real. And again, this is going to go in further videos. I'll explain my belief on what life is. But, so you can't really be 100% on anything, but I'm like 99%. If you spent any time, and I've spent, again, months looking into it, any rational, logical, thinking person could not believe they went to the moon if you've looked into it. Now, if you just go to your government indoctrination camps and watch TV and watch your movies, your astronaut movies, notice all these words are all hidden. This is like, Flat Earth's nothing compared to what I'm going to be telling you people about that I've been discovering. All this stuff, yeah, so they call them astronauts. No one noticed. No one seems to care. George Carlin. It's true. So why care, right? But that goes back to my other video. What's the point? So you bounce around on all these ideas. But let's get into more of the Flat Earth, since that's, it didn't cause as much of a ruckus as I thought. I think people are starting to snap out of their brainwashing. And they're not just instinctively going, what? You questioned the dogma that we were taught by our overlords in our propaganda camps? I hate you now. I only had a few people who said that. There's one guy, I heard this one before. I said something along the lines of, you are the worst libertarian, you're the worst promoter of liberty, because now you're making people think about flat earth or something. I don't know, I don't even really get it. I guess his point is that in his worldview, he believes they went to like the moon and stuff, and he believes what's on television, all that kind of stuff. So he thinks I'm crazy. He just thinks I'm just nuts. Of course, he's not really listening to anything I said, obviously, because my video yesterday was mostly just full of questions. Answer any of those questions. No one did, by the way. We'll get into that. But yeah, that was one. So I'm a negative for the liberty movement because I mentioned other things that might be true or not. Whoever that guy was, I'm pretty sure he is not converted as many people as I have towards liberty. Probably hasn't done anything in his life. He's probably a scared little boy in his basement. Anyway, hopefully he wakes up. Nothing against him. That's another thing too. Really learning that whole learn to love everyone no matter what, which is, you know, it's really the only way to be. You know, if you want to have a really good life, and if you want to improve life in general. There's so much hate out there now, and it's not going to improve. Hate never improves anything, and that's what you're seeing with this whole left, right, and a lot of people turning into fascists and Nazis now, who used to be libertarians, but they weren't really. They were just confused. And it's in response to all this lefties and commies coming out and doing all that crazy stuff and all their hate. And it's funny because Antifa, of course, anti-fascist, they're just as fascist as the fascists. they're two sides of the same coin. There's only the Antifa and the fascists are on one side, and there's anarchists on the other side, the libertarians. They want to have both sides a giant immoral, thieving, extorting, kidnapping, killing government. That's what governments do. That's all they do. To enforce their will on other people. And that's evil. So, anyways, man, I can go on so many tangents. That's good. I do these videos in the morning, kind of talk this stuff out, and I can get on with my day. So yeah, so I posted the, I'm all over the map on this video. Oh well. So I posted the video yesterday, and one of the things I said was to the people who just believe in the globe, because that's what they were told in their history books. Yeah, those history books, yeah, that's for sure exactly what happened. Or it was on television. Like, you know, so these people just haven't woken up to how pretty much everything in this world is a lie. They just haven't woken up to that yet. So they think I'm crazy because I've woken up to that. So anyway, one of the things in the video that I said was, to all you people who just think I'm crazy, please respond with your proof that the Earth's a globe. And if I ever see it, then yeah, okay, I'll be done. Actually, not completely done, because there's lots of proofs that it isn't a globe. So I'd still have to look into that and go, why is there proof of both? But you know what? Hardly anyone did. There's a lot of people who said, Jeff, you've lost it. Oh yeah, did I? Did you have any refutation to anything I just said in the video? I don't think a lot of people even watched the video. That's the state where most people are at right now. They're so brainwashed, and they're Matrix dwellers. That's one thing the Matrix really did a good job of describing, was how the people in the Matrix will defend the Matrix just like robots. Like they're almost not human. Now, I don't want to say that. I think they are human. I think. I don't want to say they're not human, because once you say they're not human, then you can start doing really horrible things to people. No, I don't know if they're human or not, but I'm not saying they're not human. I think they're probably just programmed massively And we just have to help them deprogram. And I'm not saying that about flat earth, I'm saying that about in every single way. About government, about central banks, about every single thing that we've been lied to as a cult, as a culture. But the people who are the most brainwashed will fight you the hardest. And a lot of people said that throughout history, so this isn't something new. And the Matrix had that great quote. I forget the exact quote, but the people who live in the Matrix are so inured to the system that they will die or kill you if you try to wake them up. And that's generally the case with a lot of things. Now, I'm not saying necessarily with the flat earth theory, but most of the comments for people who really didn't like that video, and the video was titled, you know, it's not as easy as you think to you know, it's not like a lot of people think, well, of course it's globe. Well, of course, no, it's not that easy. If you look into it, it really might not be. And the flat earth sort of theory that's been cobbled together just in the last few years by everyone on the internet, which is what's beautiful about the internet. Like, one guy will find one thing here and he'll post it, and that'll become part of, you know, and then people, oh man, I didn't even see that. And so it just sort of grows as like sort of like a wiki of knowledge. And of course there can be misinformation as well, but those can be outed on the internet as long as there isn't censorship, which of course is where it's all headed right now. Google eventually wants to be the controller of what's true or not. And they're already trying, and that's what this whole YouTube ad apocalypse and censorship is all about. They're starting already, big time. So if we don't get this stuff out in the next couple of years, it's either going to go really horrible in the next 10, 20 years, or amazing. It could go either way. So yeah, a lot of the people who didn't like the video, even though I said, you know, I'm not, well, I mentioned I'm 99% sure moon landing's fake. I said I think I'm about 80% flat earth at the moment. I bounce around. Sometimes I get pretty damn close to 90. And sometimes I'll go back a bit. I'll go to like 70. I'll be like, hey, wait, I saw something that made me wonder if that's maybe not. So I'm not like, I'm definitely leaning flat earth at the moment. But I'm totally open. Like I said, anyone, please post one proof. And it can't be a picture from NASA. That's already been debunked. And that's not science, by the way. That was another thing. A lot of people came in with their science, which is a religion now. It has nothing to do with the scientific method anymore. Global warming, that's science. The science has been decided. Science is never decided. It's definitely not decided by a couple of people who say, we read through some of the stuff, and yeah, it's decided. So a lot of people, they don't realize it, but they've been indoctrinated into another religion called Scientism, which is almost as bad as statism, another religion. Most people don't know the religions they're in. So you'll meet like an atheist statist who believes in science. He's in 3 religions. He's in Scientism, not Scientology, that's a different one. Scientism's far worse, by the way. He's in statism, which has resulted in, the belief in statism has resulted in the deaths of hundreds of millions of people. And he believes in that the universe was, someone actually brought up a point, that's what I'm thinking right now, on the atheism. They brought up a point that I didn't fully realize. So when I said atheism's the craziest thing I've ever heard, a guy pointed out that his belief of what the word means, atheism, is no God. But what he was saying was, actually I didn't fully understand what he was trying to say, but apparently he was saying you can be fairly rational and still be an atheist, but it just means no God. So I'm not sure what his point was about how this all exists then, without a creator. I don't like using the word God because of that, because it triggers so many people, but like something created this. This didn't just happen by accident. That's impossible. Unless there's... No, that's impossible. So there's a reason, there's like a creator of this. Like it could be a big video game. And I'll get into this in future videos. This part of why I'm doing these flat earth videos is because the flat earth does, to some extent, go into my thought process on what might really be going on. Is this a 3D game? That sort of a thing. Because, like I said in the last video, I've seen kind of a bit of proof of both the globe and the flat earth theory. So maybe you can't disprove either. And maybe that's part of the programming of the game. See, this gets really complicated. But to the average dumbed down, fluoridated, vaccinated, government indoctrinated person, I'm just an idiot for questioning this stuff. Luckily, as I said earlier, I don't care what anyone thinks. Do not care. Not in the least. Which is a great feeling, as I said. Especially once you realize most people are morons anyway. Like, why would I care what morons think? And they're just morons. It's unfortunate. We're not all given... Well, I don't know what happens. Actually, that's a whole other topic for another day. Is if the whole intelligence thing, if that's like just natural sort of selection, or some people just got too fluoridated or too vaccinated, because almost all kids seem really smart, and then something happens and then people get really dumb, and some don't get as dumb. So anyway, that's a whole other, see, like, these videos, there's not going to be an end to them for quite a while. There's so much to talk about that most people don't have no idea about. They don't even think about this stuff, right? Much less talk about it. And of course, talking about this stuff, that's a whole other topic. I've had so many people approach me on so many different topics, whether it be anarchy. I even had one person approach me today and said they've just posted a picture of themselves with a gun on Facebook, and it was so hard to do, and they got attacked by their family so much. And the person's a woman, and she was like, yeah, I used to be a waitress, I used to carry a gun, and I never got raped, no one robbed me, and part of it was, I'm carrying a gun. But she got attacked so much by her mostly hippies, sort of liberals, sort of, who think, oh, we got to get rid of all the guns. No, the guns, almost everything in life's a paradox, and the guns actually are so integral to freedom, because they give individual freedom against aggression from others. So anyway, almost anything. So that was just a small thing. I was like so surprised that this person had so many problems just from posting a picture of themselves with a gun. That's how sad people have gotten now. And they will attack, just constant attacks. That's why a lot of people just kind of turn off the internet, turn off Facebook now. They take, internet vacations. Totally a good idea, especially if you can't handle all that kind of stuff. I can handle it now. It took years. Like it doesn't bother me anymore. But it bothers a lot of people. A lot of people can't handle being attacked like that. And that's, again, I don't know if that's part of a human nature, or if we were raised that way, or if we were bred that way. That a lot of people just will not go against the grain. So that's why we got to make sure the grain is freedom, so they don't go against that grain. And then everything will be a lot better in this world. And if not, no big deal, whatever. Move on to the next life or next world or whatever. I'm not too wrapped up in the conclusion. Just trying to do my best while I'm here. And I enjoy doing it. And I do have a bit of a talent for doing stuff like this. People tend to, listen to me for some reason. I don't really know. But I have an ability to speak to people sometimes. Not to all people, obviously, because a lot of these people yesterday really hated me for my video. But a lot of people are like, hey, this guy's, listen to him for whatever reason. So that's one of my sort of talents, I guess. A lot of them were learned over a lifetime. Jetty! Are you crazy? Jetty, Ben! Jetty! Where you been? Jetty, Ben! Jetty! Jerry! Ben! Muy bien, Jerry. Jerry! We know he's there, Jerry. You don't have to protect me. Yep. Jerry, Ben! You weigh 2 pounds, Jerry. Pretty sure Lara will protect me before you will. Man, I haven't gotten into anything yet, and it's almost like the end of the walk. Oh man, here's a funny story. And kind of interesting too. My video yesterday on YouTube came out to 33 minutes and 33 seconds. For anyone who knows about secret societies, Freemasons, who's actually controlling a lot of this world, the number 33 is like the number. There's a few numbers, but that's like the big one. And what someone pointed it out, and I was like, no. Because if I put out a flat earth video and it was like 33 minutes, 33 seconds, because a lot of these, they will secretly put these numbers into things to tell people, hey, look, I'm a Freemason. So I was like, please don't be. And when I first looked, it was 33 minutes, 32 seconds. I was like, phew, so close. Like, I'm sure there's still going to be some people who say, still, it's 33 minutes. I think he's a Freemason. But now it looks like it is 33 minutes, 33 seconds. I checked it this morning. I almost want to like delete the video. So here's the weirdest part about it. Right after that, I was working out and on the elliptical machine, and I kept seeing the number 33 over and over. My heart rate was 133 the entire time I was on the machine. And I was like, I'd speed up and slow down to see if it would move, and it wouldn't. And I was like, is this number 33 coming to me? And it was in other places too, like it was all over. Now, of course, you could say, if you're looking for something, you'll just pretty much always see it. But it's something weird, like, then I looked at my channel and I put out that iridology thing. And I have a guy who makes the thumbs for me, by the way. I don't do all the things myself. It's just no way with all the stuff I'm doing. And he did a thumb. It was just one eye, and that was the thumb. So I'm looking through it, I'm like, okay, if I'm a person and I'm like, I wonder if this guy's a Freemason. Yeah, I looked at it objectively like that. Like, what would I think of this person? Oh, his flat earth video is 33 minutes, 33 seconds. And then 3 videos down, there's like a big eye. This guy's totally Freemason, obviously. So I'm like, shit. I'm almost thinking about taking those 2 videos down for that reason. Because I put my hands together in a triangle once while I was talking for 1 second. And the internet almost blew up saying I was obviously a Freemason. So, not that I don't care what people think, but if they think that I'm like some sort of controlled opposition, then the more awakened people won't pay attention to a lot of the stuff I'm doing. They'll actually try to attack me because they'll think I'm like the bad guy. So anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm sure it will though. Actually, the fact that I'm even mentioning it right now, I'm sure someone's going to put together a video with my triangle hand sign, the 33-minute video, and the eye thing, and totally do a expose Jeff Berwick is Illuminati. Totally. It's going to happen. But I swear to you, did not mean to do any of it. So, but it got me wondering, maybe I'm kind of cracking the matrix. See, this stuff can get pretty crazy. See, reality is, there's no way it's as cut and dried as a lot of people think. Oh no, it's just this way, and it was the way it is in the history books, and nothing to question about this. No, there's tons. So I was like, am I, because I'm starting to put out this information more? Because I always wondered about that. Because a lot of people, and they'll have 33 in their stuff, and the hand signs, and I'm like, man, how are all these people in this kind of club, and they all keep it quiet enough that we can never get exact proof that they're in the club? And I used to think, maybe they don't know. Maybe the computer program, this life, that's just the way it is. Maybe we're just all kind of like actors. And maybe this is all a big stage. This goes to my beliefs on what reality might be. And of course, there's been lots of people talk about that. And maybe as we do certain things, those numbers, which are kind of hidden in the matrix design, the computer program, start gravitating towards us or something. So, I don't know. Like, That's why I say a lot of this is just scratching the surface. This flat Earth is nothing compared to where I'm trying to go with trying to understand what's going on about reality. So, man, we're almost. I should finish this exactly at 33:33. Actually, I'm gonna check it before I put it live, because if I do it at 33:33 again, then I'm done. I'm just exposed as a Freemason, if that's what people want to believe. But I can tell you, just like, I swear, of course I could be totally lying, right? No, you can't. There's nothing. So that's why you got to be so careful what you put out now. And it's good, actually. I like it. I like that people are watching that. They're like, hey, 33? Man, I wonder now about this guy, you know? But the thing is, everyone's wondering too much about everything now. And that's another thing. That was one of the biggest things that came up, was this flat earth thing's a big government psyop. So a lot of people are so waking up to how everything's a lie that they think the flat earth is also a psyop. I don't think so. And they also say Bitcoin now. So if you're looking at it that way, I'm a huge Bitcoin guy. I'm also a bit of a flat earther in a way. I'm leaning flat earth. So maybe I'm a psyop, right? I don't think, well, I've said so many times, I don't think Bitcoin was created by the government. Maybe in some way, because they have their hands in so many things, but if it was, it got out of their control. It's definitely not a lot of these people think it's the mark of the beast sort of a thing. No, Bitcoin's the good. The bad is the government SDR digital currencies that they want to bring out, and they will be bringing them out. And people say, well, Bitcoin's sort of laying the foundation for that. Yeah, well, also, Bitcoin's also laying the foundation for Dash and Monero and completely untraceable currencies. So, anyway, my point is that I don't think Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies are a government psyop. And I don't think flat earth is either, because it makes no sense. And there's just too much evidence for flat earth that it can't just be, and some people say that. They're just trying to confuse the freedom movement, the truth movement, and get them to believe like something really crazy so that they don't look at other things. Or so that they ruins their reputation, right? That's what one guy said. You just ruined your reputation, Berwick, for talking about this. Apparently I didn't. I lost one Facebook friend yesterday, so apparently I didn't. Apparently a lot of people actually realize I'm just trying to find out what's going on. And I'm making a lot of sense. Like I said, no one disputed. No one showed one proof. One guy posted the sun goes below the... Oh, no, Jetty, no. Yeah, Thanos. One guy posted that the sun goes below the cloud line at the equator, so that's proof that it's not flat. I haven't looked into that one yet, but it doesn't make any sense to me from what I saw so far. And then one guy posted, go to this lake and you can see the curve. It's like, well, I don't want to go to that lake. Take a picture for me. You know, like the globe people are like nuts. Like they don't. The one guy, at least he tried to come up with a theory, a scientifically verifiable way to verify that it's not flat. And that was the other thing too. A lot of people said, "Oh, eclipse proves the Earth's not flat." No, it doesn't. Like people can't have no ability to think anymore. Apparently, too fluoridated or what? I don't know. But no, the moon going in front of the sun does not prove the Earth is a ball. If you don't understand that, then you're just too stupid to even think. But anyway. God. Okay, we're over 33 minutes now. Actually, we're right at 33. I better make sure. I'm going to keep talking. Make sure this goes at least to 34 minutes so I don't do that again. But I guess the whole... Man, I didn't even barely scratch the flat Earth, so I think we got to do... I might have to just do... Oh, my camera just stopped. Oh, the camera stops right at 33 minutes. See, oh man. I don't know what's going on. The camera just stopped at 33 minutes. You might have noticed a little click there. I don't know what's going on. But I think I have to do another video sort of on flat Earth because I barely even talked about it this time. Yeah, so part 3 coming soon. What do you think? It's flat? Or is it round? Who cares? Doesn't really matter. Yeah, we just like going for walks. We had a good walk. That's all we care about. Now we want to drink some water because we're thirsty. Yeah, it's hot here. Yeah. Where we been, Lucy? Where we been, Bruce?